In the quiet village of Dharmpur, nestled among rolling fields and misty hills, lived Ramdhan, a poor farmer whose hands bore the cracks of relentless labor, yet whose heart was rich with dreams. For years, life had been a series of struggles, small victories followed by harsher setbacks. But this season, something in the air whispered hope. The rains had been kind, the soil generous, and for the first time, Ramdhan's fields flourished like golden waves under the sun. His children, Sunita and little Raju, danced with joy at the sight of plump grains ready to be harvested. Yet, fate is often cruel in its silence. Just when happiness seemed within reach, the skies darkened with a sudden storm. Winds howled like furious spirits, and sheets of rain swallowed the fields whole. Ramdhan watched helplessly as years of sweat and sacrifice washed away in the floodwaters. The land he inherited, the soil that fed generations, was now claimed by Seth Hariram, a wealthy landowner who valued paper more than people. In a single day, Ramdhan and his family became strangers to the earth that had nurtured them for centuries, wandering into the forest with only each other for comfort. But in despair, courage blooms. Guided by determination and sheer will, Ramdhan ventured into the heart of the forest to gather wood, his sweat and toil the only currency he possessed. Little did he know, this path of hardship would lead him to a secret, golden village where a wise old king recognized the purity of his spirit. What followed was not just a story of survival. It was a tale of unwavering honesty, relentless perseverance, and the extraordinary power of a good heart. Ramdhan's journey from rags to the royal throne is not just about destiny, it's about proving that integrity, hard work, and love for one's family can transform even the darkest storms into rivers of hope. Ramdhan was a simple farmer from Dharmpur, a village where hope was often overshadowed by the harsh realities of poverty. Every year, he tilled his ancestral land, borrowed small amounts from the wealthy Seth Hariram, and prayed for a bountiful harvest. This year, luck seemed to smile upon him. The crops grew tall, golden, and healthy, a promise of relief after years of struggle. "Look, Sunita, see how well the fields have grown," Ramdhan said, his eyes shining. "This year, the children will not go hungry." Sunita's face lit up. "Father, does this mean we can go to school this year?" "Yes, my child. I'll make sure you have new books and clothes," Ramdhan promised. "And for me, father?" Sunita asked, curiosity twinkling in her eyes. "For you, my little one, I'll bring a doll and new bangles." He smiled, but fate had other plans. As evening fell, black clouds swallowed the sky. Rain fell like a torrent, wind screamed through the trees, and the fields, Ramdhan's only source of livelihood, were soon submerged. "Ramdhan, hurry! The water's rising!" His wife, Sunita's mother, cried. Ramdhan ran, but the sight of the flooded fields crushed his heart. The crops were gone. His hopes washed away. "What remains, God? How will we feed our children now?" he whispered, anguish etched in his voice. The next morning, desperate, Ramdhan approached Seth Hariram. "Sethji, the rains destroyed everything. Please give me some time. I'll repay once the next harvest comes," he pleaded. Seth's eyes were cold. "No extensions, Ramdhan. By law, this land is mine now. Vacate immediately." Homeless and penniless, Ramdhan took his family into the forest. "Sunita, we have nowhere to go. But we'll survive. We must," he whispered, more to himself than to her. Hours later, they found a small, broken hut where a kind old sage resided. Seeing their plight, he offered shelter. "Not much, but it will keep you safe." Grateful, Ramdhan ventured into the forest each day, cutting wood to sell in the market. Though he earned little, he managed to buy some vegetables, flour, and occasionally treats for his children. Each day was grueling, yet the family endured, strengthened by unity and hope. One evening, while venturing farther into the woods for more wood, Ramdhan stumbled upon a strange golden glow. Curious and weary, he approached and discovered a hidden cave. Inside, a village shimmered like a dream, yet no one seemed to inhabit it. Suddenly, 2 guards appeared. "Who are you? How did you get here?" one demanded. "I am Ramdhan, a poor farmer. I lost everything and wandered into this forest," he replied, trembling. the guards escorted him to a grand palace at the center of the Golden Village. There, a wise old king sat on a majestic throne, his eyes piercing yet compassionate. "Ramdhan, I have been observing you. Your perseverance, honesty, and devotion to your family are extraordinary. Take these gold coins, use them to feed and clothe your family, and start anew," the king said, offering him a small chest. Ramdhan's eyes filled with tears. "But your majesty, I cannot accept such a gift. I am just a farmer." "You are more than that, Ramdhan. True wealth lies in integrity and courage. Let these coins reward your virtues," the king insisted. Returning home, Ramdhan bought enough food, clothes, and supplies for his family to start anew. He also paid off Seth Hariram's debts, reclaiming his ancestral land. His family's smiles returned, brighter than the sun over Dharmpar's fields. Determined to secure a better future, Ramdhan expanded his work. He began a small timber business, selling wood in the village market. Slowly, his efforts bore fruit. Money was no longer scarce, and the villagers, once indifferent, now looked at him with respect. Seth Hariram, envious and suspicious of Ramdhan's sudden prosperity, followed him secretly to the hidden cave. There, he too tried to claim the golden treasure, but the cave's magic revealed his greed. The king's guards apprehended him, and Seth was taught a lesson in humility and justice. Ramdhan's life transformed completely. He remained humble despite his wealth, sharing his fortunes and opportunities with the villagers, employing them in his timber business, and helping those in need. His children went to school, and the family lived with dignity and hope. One day, the king himself sent a messenger to invite Ramdhan to the palace. The king, recognizing Ramdhan's unwavering honesty and leadership, offered him a greater responsibility, the stewardship of the kingdom in his absence, a task meant only for the pure-hearted. Ramdhan accepted, not for glory or riches, but to serve people and ensure fairness. Draped in royal garments yet grounded in humility, Ramdhan now ruled with compassion, never forgetting his roots or the trials that shaped him. From the fields of Dharmpur to the Golden Palace, his journey was a testament to the power of integrity, resilience, and selfless love. He proved that true wealth lies not in gold or land, but in the courage to rise above adversity and the heart to serve others. Even as the sun set behind the palace, Ramdhan would often gaze toward the forest where his struggles began. There, he remembered the nights of hunger, the floods, and the uncertainty, but also the hope, the hard work, and the kindness that turned his destiny. Ramdhan's story became a legend in Dharmpur and beyond. Children grew up hearing how a humble farmer, who once had nothing, became a king, not by greed or power, but through honesty, hard work, and love for his family. It was a tale of light prevailing over darkness, a reminder that even in the deepest despair, courage and virtue can lead to extraordinary destinies. In the end, Ramdhan remained simple, grounded, and generous. The riches never changed his heart. He was once a poor farmer, and though he became a king, he continued to live as a servant of the people. Proof that greatness is measured not by wealth, but by the strength of one's character and the depth of one's heart.